everyone. This is Tanya here from Edu Road, Gurugram, Haryana, India, and University, where we are going to have a discussion with Ms. Geeta Vashne, the Education Director at the Sri Ram School. Ma'am, the whole idea of having this discussion between you and Sir is to discuss as to how can the gap between the schools and universities could be bridged seamlessly. So we can have your views as the school point of view, being the education director at a renowned school of NCR. And sir, if you can share in your inputs as a university point of view, please. Over to you, Sanjay.
Separately. We know that our students or our current students, they have every information on their fingertips. But at the same time, we cannot ignore that they have to survive in the most transformational age of human history. This is an era of change. This is the era where change is exponential, where disruption is a new normal. At that stage, this the principle of demand and supply is not so balanced because there's a lot of supply, but the demand is not now quantitative. The demand of the industry is qualitative, and somehow we are finding at the university level very frequently we see where the students they lack interest after doing first year, where we see that the student says no no sir मुझे तो ये करना था but मुझे ये करना पड़ रहा है, maybe because of peer pressure, maybe because of parental pressure. Now once we see that after 3 years 4 years the student, once they realize or once they finalize or once they gather enough courage to say that no sorry this is not my cup of tea, that's a very painful situation for the parent, for the family, for the student, for the teachers, and that's a big loss to the society. So I feel personally that looking onto the current scenario with an aim to make the education employable as well as enjoyable, I feel that we must bridge the gap between the secondary education and tertiary education, where we can share the expertise of various domains, various professional options by the help of professors, by the help of industry experts, and at the beginning when the student is in a stage of generating ideas that where he or she is going, whenever they are planning or making the most important planning of their life, that is career planning, at that time if the secondary education sector is merged with the tertiary education sector for ideas, because ultimately it is the thoughts, it's the ideas that makes the destiny. So I have request to Mrs. Vashni, who is known for the academic field, who has contributed that how somehow we have to generate that spark, generate that candle that will ignite the mind of the students, that what exactly they can do, what exactly they should do, or in a conclusion, I can say that they should start preparing for what it might be, not for what it is. That is how their career will be successful. That is how they will be able to contribute to their fullest potential in making this Viksit Bharat as well as the, you can say, Vishwa Guru as. That's my inputs.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think you rightly said that education is in its watershed domain these days. A lot of things are changing. And this generation is very, very different from earlier generations. And they have a lot at hand. I mean, there's so much around that they are spoiled for choices.
Yes.
So what I feel is that in schools and what we do in schools and how to link it, I'll just share my thoughts that we in school are making children aware that, that they are a unique piece. I mean, there is no other Geeta Vashne, there is only one. So every child is there like that. And they have come here for a purpose.
Yes.
And they should try to find out that calling of theirs. Which means that we have to give them opportunities and exposure to delve into a whole lot of activities, vocations, So right from grade 8 onwards, we have a program where every month they meet a person from a new vocation. Like last 2 months, we had one who talked about drones and the use of drones. And before that was somebody who talked about aesthetics in dentistry. Very interesting. That lady went to become a dentist and she was so unhappy doing RCT and doing tooth extraction and this. And when she shifted to aesthetics in dentistry, I mean, giving those nice smiles to people and working on that, she was very happy. So you see all these new careers, because doctor, CA, all these people, they keep meeting engineers everywhere. But the
Yeah.
new areas, new lines should be, brought in for them. So that way they can ask questions. I mean, it's a good session. It's like an open house. So they share their experience and then students ask a whole lot of questions. So that is one way in which we try to tell them that there is much more than what you know in the world in terms of vocations to be taken up. But again, our emphasis is that you must pick up something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
So that your
That's
whole life you are enjoying the work that you're doing. You are not working for somebody, you're working for yourself. So that discovery should go on, and kids come up, they find out and they say, I want, and we tell them, even if you try and fail, you can change. There is no age limitation for changing. These days you can start
absolutely.
studying anything at any age. So another thing that is important is we should teach them to learn new skills. Learning how to learn is one of the main things that the schools have to do these days, because no child is going to continue in the same profession lifelong. They will change at least 14, 15 lines in their whole life. So how this will help? Only if they know, okay, every time I have to start, then what are the things that I must keep in mind? Learn the new thing, practice it, pilot it, see how it is working. The third thing that is very important these days, and I think the government, CBSE, all boards are coming up with a lot of activities related to innovation. To the extent that a lot of these are being forced upon us, that enroll your students for this. I don't know why nobody is realizing that innovation is done by 1 in 20,000 students. It is not
Yeah.
something that every person can innovate. Right. So it is why they want it on such a large scale, maybe because the objective is that India should become the innovation hub of the world. So they are encouraging it. And for a long time, R&D in India was having such a low ebb. So probably that is another reason. But you see, innovation per se, innovation we cannot do. So we have programs and policies where we do in our in-house programs with other schools in India and abroad. We have provided a platform where under sustainable development goals, we ask them to address a current problem and give us a solution and prepare a prototype of that. And then we, of course, we bring them all together and we have had wonderful solutions. I mean, a boy in a government school in West Bengal had created sustainable sanitary napkins. Now you see the connection. A boy in a government school in West Bengal. So you see, so you have to just expose children to these things, that see, anything and everything and idea can be, very, very important. Just don't throw it away. Keep it. If you are not working on the idea, somebody else can also work and develop it.
Exactly.
So ideation, opportunities for that, opportunities for creating resilience and perseverance, which are things in life which will take them ahead. You see, these are things which will take, don't give up. This is not working, try something else. If this is not working, try something else. And continue doing what you enjoy the most. You enjoy playing, you must play every day. You enjoy music, you must play music every day. Learn. So you see, those things are important because these are what create your emotional buffer, which is again
Right.
missing, So for us, I think we try to prepare children, and we definitely have connects with higher education institutions as well as industry.
Very nice.
So it is important that this is what will, and we have a very good career cell and very good career counselors in school. They conduct IAP testing also for the students whenever they want. Then whatever course they want to do, they get them on the platforms where they can get information for those courses, eligibilities, deadlines, timelines. So it is a big thing that goes in for help. And students these days are very independent. You guide them a little bit, then they find out more than that
They find.
on their own. So it's
Yeah.
easy. It's easy. It's not that difficult these days for them to decide. But yes, and we tell them that no decision is wrong. Even if you spend 2 years, 3 years studying something and now you don't like it, doesn't matter. You do another start. And whatever you have done will also come in handy sometime in life. No knowledge is waste.
No knowledge is waste.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you see, apart from students, parents have a lot of fear that I don't know whether my child is going into the right line or will it be enough, earning for him this particular
Yeah.
vocation or something. So, and they pass on this anxiety to the kids also. So, kids also become a little, lack of confidence peeps in that, okay, I don't know whether this line is good for me or not. You try, and you see whether it is something which when you're doing that, you don't know how time passes. Then it
Yeah.
is something you are enjoying and you should continue with that, right? So this is something that we try to build in with our policies and programs. And I think
Great.
kids have a better world in both terms, in terms of opportunities, in
Yeah.
terms of even material opportunities and emotional, social, all these. There's so much that is open for them, but it is also more difficult, as we are seeing that if we don't do enough, we might not have a good earth to live in, and also in
Yes.
terms of competition. So those are the difficult part of the life, and otherwise, world is beautiful, wonderful
Yeah.
people around. So that is a real good thing happening for them. Thank you,
Glad to.
Pamela. Yeah,
This
thank you,
it's
sir.
really. Yeah, thanks a lot, ma'am. It's really nice to know that you are already working in that direction, and yeah, we must understand that performance required is reaching the perfection level at present. So sometime we will connect with your career cell, ma'am, and we can provide some expertise, maybe in biotechnology, maybe in design, or we are known for architecture in the entire country. So somehow, if we can contribute for the betterment in the career planning of students, we would love to do that. I really appreciate your thought process, and
Definitely.
I really enjoyed your inputs, and they're really, really meaningful.
Thank
Thanks a
you,
lot.
sir. It's an
Thank,
honor to share the platform with you. Thank you.
thank you. Same here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Tadia.